What's good, YouTube? Blaze Shadowthorn here, coming back at you with another Wi-Fi battle. Yes, I know I uploaded a video saying I quit Pokemon. I was really salty when I uploaded that, because well, if you saw the video, you will understand why. But I didn't really quit Pokemon. It's like the only thing I actually have that I can record that people seem to enjoy. So, I mean, if the day I quit Pokemon is pretty much the day I quit my YouTube channel, because I have some other ideas I would like to incorporate, but I just don't have the right fan base for them. You know, you guys like Pokemon, you subscribe to me for Pokemon content, so if I want to do anything else, I'd probably make a different channel and stuff like that. So, you know, other stuff that you needn't concern yourself with, but what you should concern yourself with is this Wi-Fi battle I have against Jigsaw, fellow YouTuber, channel link down in the description below. It just started, or he actually has a really low sub count for the content that he produces. I really like his style of narration and the teams he brings, because normally he likes to bring some fun stuff. But looking over his team, this team is not fun that he brought. No, it's bulky and scary, and it makes me want to cry. Like, Mega Aerodactyl is a huge threat to my team because I don't have a really solid Mega Aerodactyl counter on my team. I just don't. Defensive Entei, which I assume it's defensive Entei, also poses a bit of a problem in my team. Mandibuzz is just like fat. Nilotic is just fat. Nidoking, if it's Scarfed, I can deal with it a lot better than if it was Life Orb, because Life Orb is just like power. And then Hoopa. God, I really don't know what to think about Hoopa. Like, it's not that big of a threat to me. I have things to deal with it, like Zoroark. So looking over at my team, this is a UU team that I've been messing around with. I would like to have a Crobat on there. I actually genned a Crobat. This is the team I've been messing around on Showdown with. I'll explain more how it goes during the Wi-Fi battle. It should have a Crobat with Defog on it, but I misgenned it. So I just threw on a Yon Mega instead because he was looking for a UU match, and I was like, sure, let's go. So, gonna lead off with my Aggron, predicting him to lead off with his Aerodactyl. But doesn't do that. He leads off with my Milotic, which is a good play on his part, predicting my Aggron to come in here. So I'm gonna go out into Toxic Love. Especially defensive Rose Raid, testing it out, because I love offensive Rose Raid, but I love especially defensive Rose Raid even more. So I'm just like, let's do that. Ice Beam was it was a safe play for him to go to Ice Beam, good play on his part. It was safe for me to bring in Rose Raid because you saw how well I ate that up. Like, I knew it wasn't going to be doing anything, because unless you're rocking offensive Milotic, which like nobody ever does, it wasn't going to be doing too much damage to me. Gonna go for a Sludge Bomb, doing about a quarter of its HP in damage, which is nice because I knew he wasn't going to be staying in here to take a Giga Drain. Right here, he makes an excellent play by doubling back out into his Milotic. Really risky, but good play on his part as I just go out into my own Arcanine, Wilfred, because I was like, what do I have to even handle this Arcanine? Well, I have Wilfred, and Wilfred's probably the best thing I have to handle him, so after that, I can't stay in here because, again, he could Ice Beam me, but after seeing the pitiful damage that the first Ice Beam did, I was like, nah, fam, Toxic Love, 10 out of 10 is the counter to my Milotic. He ends up critting me right here. Crit, honestly, you saw how much damage that Skull did. Absolutely did not matter. I mean, yes, it did a little more damage than a non-critted would have done, but I really don't care. Anyways, I go for a Sludge Bomb, predicting him to switch out. It doesn't happen. He's going to go for an Ice Beam. Chipping away, a little more on my HP. Looks like it's going to be like a 3 or 4 KO with Ice Beam. But still, it's chipping away. It's definitely chipping away. So right here, I'm like, okay, so we saw me go for Sludge Bomb once. He's probably going to switch out, predicting me to go for a Grass type attack. And so I'm going to go for another Sludge Bomb, predicting that to happen. But he doesn't. He just stays in. But I do score the 30% poison. Third time's the charm, which is nice for me. He's gonna Ice Beam me again. I don't get frozen, which was something I was honestly a little scared about, but I don't get frozen, which is nice. And I'm at the point where another Ice Beam probably will finish me off. I mean, it'd be a min to max. It'd be a roll pretty much, but the roll's in his favor to KO me. So I'm like, okay, you're obviously gonna stay in here and sack this thing off. Cool. Gonna go for the Giga Drain. Does a nice chunk of damage. I'm really pleased at that damage. Unfortunately, it does not pick up the KO, and him chilling at the range of HP that he's at, Toxic will not kill him off either. But I regained enough HP to live this incoming Ice Beam, which is definitely nice. Now at this point in time, I'm put into a range where, honestly, I feel like he's gonna sack off this Milotic, because I mean it's at such low range of HP and it's poisoned that it just didn't seem like worth saving to me. So I ended up going for a Sludge Bomb on the off chance he did want to switch out. I also have rest on here for recovery because I am natural cure, so I end up going for the sludge bomb that also does a substantial amount of damage to his Mandibuzz, which is very nice. And now I'm trying to think of what this thing wants to do. I honestly feel like it's gonna whirlwind me out just because it's a Mandibuzz, and I know Mandibuzz could carry Brave Bird, but I don't really see a lot of Mandibuzzes carry Brave Bird. I don't know why. It's just not something I think about. It's like knock off Whirlwind, Roost, maybe Foul Play or something like that, but ends up does knocking off my Black Sludge. That does a hell of a lot of damage to me. I'm like, whoa, fam, you gotta chill with that damage, chill. So I am going to pull a double out into my Snapdragon because I feel like Snapdragon is pretty much the only thing I can to bring in on this thing. I ends up going for a Foul Play, which is interesting. I didn't expect Foul Play to happen, but that's what he goes for. So I'm like, okay, cool. That pretty much confirms he does not carry Brave Bird, or else he should have gone for Brave Bird that turn, because really there's no reason. I mean, maybe he predicted my Aggron to come in here, but whatever. Gonna go for an Air Slash, hoping for the flinch, because I know it will not be enough to knock him out. It doesn't. I don't get the flinch, and he Brave Birds me. So I'm like, oh, so he does have Brave Bird. Cool. And Snapdragon just dies. So it's like every time I try to bring a Yanmega, I want the Yanmega to work, but it just doesn't. It just dies, and it makes me really, really, it just makes me sad. It's like I want you to do good work, but it just doesn't. It just doesn't. So I got into too black, too strong. Hashtag the B2J135 Pokemon. Hashtag not Malamar. Hashtag I'm a black beast that's gonna just kill off Dizzy with a Dragon Claw, because that's gonna happen, and it just goes down, which is nice. I'm gonna go out into Henry now, and I'm like, what is this Henry? What is this thing? Is this thing scarfed? It might be scarfed. I don't know if it's scarfed or not. So I end up going out and sacking off Toxic Glove, because really the only thing I needed to keep Toxic Glove around for is the Milotic, and I felt like I can handle Milotic with other things because it's at pretty much negative HP. Like it's low on HP and it's poison, which means 12% of its HP will be gone every turn. So I feel like it's something I should do that. So bringing Tankron just because I'm like, all right, hopefully this thing's not Life Orb, because if it's Life Orb, that could be in a bit of a problem. Hopefully it's Scarfed and I can deal with it. But nope, he's gonna go for Earth Power. I'm like, well, rip Tankron, but nope, he actually scores the lower damage roll, and I'm able to knock him out with an Earthquake. I think min damage was 80, and he did about like 99%. So, I mean, it was sort of a mid-roll, but I mean, I think it was like a 60% chance to KO me. So, I mean, he scored like the minus high roll, I guess. I'm not really sure how to say that, but he didn't get the high enough roll to knock me out. I end up critting him here. Crit doesn't matter because, as you can see here, even without the crit, like he's going to be playing the recover game. He's going to be recovering up HP and dwindling down stuff. So crit there didn't matter. But good news was I was able to live that Earthquake. If I didn't, then I would be in a bit of a bind, and I would have to play around that. But enough of that. I'm just going to be slowly chipping away at this thing's HP, this Milotic's HP. Marvel skill activates, which is why my attacks are doing next to negative damage, but I really don't mind. All I needed to do is just continually chip it away to put it in range of my Haxorus's Dragon Claw 2 KO, because Haxorus's Dragon Claw I think does like 41 on a min roll and did like 49 on a max roll. So long as I can get it like below the yellow, I should be pretty good on that part. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm just, you know, chipping away. He is going to scald me right here, which is unfortunate. It's gonna kill me off. So I'm like, cool. With the toxic damage, that puts him at about 45%. So, you know, I got a pretty decent chance to KO. You know, I just gotta score like above, like a little bit above a mid roll, and I'll be able to kill it off with my Dragon Claw. But just like how he missed out on his max KO, I missed out on mine right here. And like barely missing out on that. Like, look at that damage. He lives on 1 HP just like I lived on 1 HP, which was a little unfortunate. So I take a lot of unnecessary damage with Ice Beam, but at the same time, it's all leveling out in the end. I took a lot of unnecessary damage, and he lost his Haxorus. So, you know, Hax is right about level, which I like. I like when games are right about level with Hax, so I'm not too salty about that. It was just a little funny. that we both scored like exactly min damage. Well, not exactly min damage, but the min, like we both missed out on KOs that we probably shouldn't have missed out on KOs on. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but that's what I'm saying. But anyways, since I'm scarfed, I'm able to outspeed this Mega Aerodactyl and hit it up with the Dragon Claw, doing a nice chunk of damage. I'm pretty pleased with that damage. I think that also was min roll, but again, I just needed to get like damage off on it, just because like damage off on that thing is what I need, is what I'm trying to say. Because I can't use my words today, because I can't understand English. I cannot speak English coherently and make logical sense. I don't know. Anyways, he's gonna go out into Legendary, his Arcanine, because his Arcanine is counter to my Arcanine. Except not really, because it's kind of funny. His Arcanine, I found out after the game, is specially defensive. Mine is physically defensive. So my Arcanine is specially offensive and his is physically offensive. So we're both doing like the same negative damage to each other. Like they are complete counters to each other, so it's really funny. So just gonna be chipping away slowly at his HP with like fun stuff. Turns out though that he is not leftovers, so I assume he's Rocky Helmet. He is Rocky Helmet actually. I know this for a fact. So right here, I make a really risky play by doubling out into Dankist, my second to last mon, predicting him to Morning Sun, which was a good play. And then I make like the stupidest play I could possibly do right here. I stay in here and I go for a Night Daze. Like looking back on it, that play almost cost me the game. That was a big choke right there. I know Flare Blitz won't KO me, but if he would have scored the burn or something like that, or crit me right there, I would have lost the game, because I can't handle like the rest of his team. I need Dankist to win. Dankist is at this point in time my win condition, and I needlessly put it in danger of that right there. So bad play on my part right there. He's gonna continue. He's gonna Morning Sun again right here, and right here it's kind of a little bit of a stall war. So I probably will speed this part up a little bit. It's just me going for flamethrowers and him going for flare blitzes, because at this point in time he realizes, especially at the range he put my Zoroark in, that there's really no sense in him going for continually stalling out me for Morning Suns, because I'm going to win the stall war because I have more Morning Suns than he does. I have like way more Morning Suns than he did, and my flamethrowers are actually doing more damage to him than his Flare Blitz are doing to me. So he's just going to continually click Flare Blitz over and over and over again for probably the next 3 or 4 turns. And I'm just going to continually click Flamethrower over and over and over again for the next 4 turns. I could have Soft Boiled or Morning Sun at any point in time during this game, or this part right here, but I really didn't want to, because I'm not at a point where I need to Morning Sun up. And I wanted to save him for in case like he started critting me or something, I don't know, but I only have 8, and I wanted to save him for a rainy day, because you need the sun in rainy days. Totally fam, that's what you need. But now he's at the point where he could Morning Sun up, but again, he doesn't really want to draw out the battle anymore, because he does a lot of live narration. So a battle at this point in time, it's a 37 turn battle, and it could have easily turned out to be like a 50 turn battle if he decided to use Morning Suns. Because if he started using Morning Suns, then I'd be forced to use Morning Suns, and it'd just be a really long stall fest that neither one of us really wanted to play out. So him choosing to sack off his legendary right here, and me choosing not to go for Morning Suns, which I probably could have gone for a Morning Sun like right about here, and put Ben in a little better position. But I mean, overall, it just needs to bring in pretty much his Aerodactyl, click EQ, and I'm dead. Like, I mean, even though I'm defensive, it's like it's a Mega Aerodactyl. Come on, fam, I'm not living that. So I didn't really see a point in doing that, and he didn't see a point in that either. So I'm able to go for an extreme speed here to pick him off. I do see he is Rocky Helmet right here. So in the long run, that probably did a little more damage to me than his Flare Blitz would have done, but no, it's whatever. I am still above the green. I'm probably chilling at around like 60-65%. He's gonna go out into Hoopa though, because apparently Hoopa is his better play than Arcanine, or his better play. I don't really know. It doesn't really matter either way, because Zoroark is Night Daze is an Oko on Hoopa. I ran my calcs. I knows what I'm talking about, fam. I knows this. So I end up burning Hoopa, just on the off chance it was mixed. Now I'm gonna Morning Sun up and get some more HP back, because I feel like I can live another Shadow Ball from Morning Sun up. But then he reveals to be Calm Mind, and I'm like, Oh, schnitzel. He's clam minding in my face. What do I do? What do I do? I don't want him setting up on my face. So right here, I'm just like, I mean, I could Morning Sun, but in the long run, I would lose the game because he'd set up to like +6 and I could trap myself to sleep and I'd die and I'd lose the game and it'd be terrible and be like, no. So I'm gonna continually click Flamethrower. And I don't think Hoopa has like reliable form of recovery, so that's fine. He is going to drop my special attack, or special defense for the next Shadow Ball. Doesn't matter because I'm at the range of HP where a quicker Shadow Ball will be able to knock me out, so I mean, it doesn't matter. It legitimately doesn't matter. And right here, he reveals Citrus Berry, which is cool because now he can take advantage of the Magician ability and steal my leftovers, which is not something that I really saw coming. I don't know why, because I guess I don't really see a lot of just like confined Hoopas anymore. I haven't actually seen Hoopa in a Wi-Fi battle in a long time. I mean, I've made a couple new Hoopa sets. When you see me play OU, you might actually see some of these new Hoopa teams that I'll be bringing, but that's cool. So it's nearing the end of the game. It's pretty much down to the wire. I go for a Night Daze because I know I outspeed it. Hoopa doesn't have any form of recovery, and I knock him out because 4 times super effective, especially at the range of HP that he's at. I don't care if you have a +1 boost, you're still dead. And now he's going to go out into the Mega Aerodactyl, go for the Sucker Punch. It's a roll at this point in time whether I will kill or not. End up actually scoring a critical hit, so the crit only matters if I score him in damage, because I think it's 41 to 49% to KO. I think he was at like 45% thereabouts. I don't actually know for a fact, so maybe the crit mattered, maybe it didn't. I don't really know, but the point is narrow 1-0 victory in my favor. So check him out. Channel will be down in the description below. He has a couple of Let's Plays going on. I think he does live Wi-Fi battles if that's your thing. So I'll see y'all next time. Bye.